Chapter 3: Virtual Machines and Virtual Environments. When the time comes to develop or test applications, then virtual machineries may be used. Let me give a definition of what a virtual machine is before I move further. Virtual machines are just like regular computers. They usually exist in the virtual environment that contains a separate network to test the application that is being developed. Virtual environment is an environment where machines are easily spun up and destroyed without impacting other services on the network. Virtual machines, like regular computers, have CPU, memory, disk space, and networking. They utilize resources from a host computer where guest operator systems are installed. Rollbacks are an important strategy when new changes are to be developed to production. Is it possible to revert a change easily without rebuilding everything from scratch? Should be a question to ask for all of the changes that go into production. It is necessary to pick a network with the smallest number of computers and wait before making a change in the main environment. This allows engineers to fix bugs in the production network on a smaller scale before moving to a big network. Virtual environment is easy to deploy and destroy without impacting your main environment, unless your main environment consists of virtual machines. Virtual machines have a single drawback that is hardly mentioned. It is performance. It is okay to deploy virtual machines in development or quality assurance departments. Please review your production environment and measure the performance. If it is low, that may be an indication that the production environment does not have enough traffic, and it is time to review what is being offered in the production environment, and business decisions must be made at that time. There are several periods in the business life cycle of a company. Nobody accepts the company to be successful on the first day. It takes some time. However, if the business is not bringing money after a while, maybe it is the wrong business. One of the reasons for that would be that people are not ready for that, or maybe the business is ahead of its time and it will take longer to make the business successful, or the business is no longer valid and the time is to close it. To close the business is not a decision that is made lightly. So many people, and perhaps their families, depend on the success of a business. Several companies offer to create virtual machines. Among the best known are VMware and VirtualBox, owned by Oracle. These are just like regular computers, but many exist in a host operating system, or they rely on resources provided by virtualization. It is important to know current and future use of the computers that is possible to virtualize or make a computer inside of a computer, or to offer computers on demand in your data center. It is what virtualization is about. Do not recommend using any sort of virtualization for production use, because the utilization is so unpredictable. One day there are no users, but another day there are a lot of users or customers. It all depends on sales model and demand for the products and the service your company provides. It is important to have spare resources available when there is a need for that. However, virtualization makes a lot of sense for the development and the QA environments where the changes need to be tested, and utilization is predictable. It depends on users who test the changes. It lowers the total cost of ownership for the company and allows testing changes quicker. However, in a production environment, full systems resources are needed, and virtualization resources may be used after a careful analysis of system utilization. If it is low, then the question may be asked, why it is so low in production? Please refer to the installation instructions for both of the products I have mentioned in the book, as the manuals may change over time. Some companies decide to offer technology similar to virtualization. Such companies make hardware available on demand when it is needed, may be needed in the data centers or the developers to test the latest changes. Expression, "it works on my machine," is not a sufficient answer. The changes are supposed to work in production environments and work reliably.